210. All singing, all dancing. Couple of Chinooks. Off to Aldershot, I'd imagine. Oh, camera's got to wake up in it. Might have to move this camera a little bit closer. Let's see. What about here? Oh, I've got absolutely... How long's that been like that for then? That's muted itself. Oh, right, okay. Gordon Bennett. Yeah. It's all gonna be alright. Right, okay, now, do mic check, Chili, with everybody. Check, 1, 2, 1, 2, this close. Not shouting. I think it should be okay. Quite oh, fuck. This is unbelievable. I haven't touched the bleeding thing, man. Yeah. What about that, Chili? What about that? Check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check. Okay, let's up to the max. There's bleeding planes under our belts. There we go. Might be able to eat me Snickers bar in a minute. Hey, is that... look at that. On remote. Yeah. Oh, look, Tilly, look. Oh. $50, $40, 30, 20, 10, retard. Oh, CMA CGM, yeah? What time's she going now? Oh, cool. Is it the Qatar flight? Who's that start? It's got to be Air Canada, isn't it? I've got to say, folks, hey, it's not the jet that I flew on, is it? No, I flew on one of the blue. Cranford Agreement, all based on the Cranford Agreement. I know. Still, how long's that now? A week? At least a week. Oh, this. You think you've got it out of your head, and then it just comes off. This is one of Virgin's jets, is it? Big shout out to all the crew members, Zane and Stu and Carl and all the guys Carlos, who messaged me last night frantically while we were live. I had pilots messaging me, telling me stuff, and wanting to get involved, but they couldn't get involved on the chat, which was a great shame. I woke up this morning, got like 70 messages on WhatsApp. Sorry guys, I have messaged them. And of course, one thing that Zane was trying to tell me about the SP, the Special Performance 747, dipped his nose in the snow, look. Nice. Yeah, because I was just frantically trying to remember last night. The 747, 100, 200, 300 and 400 are basically the four variants, and of course the 800 is the fifth variant, the Mark V. But the 1 and 2, obviously, there were upgrades to it, more deck space upstairs for the 200. But the big change came with the 300, because I remember when I was living in Joburg, I think I'm right in saying this, that South African Airways took delivery and were operating a 747-300. Now, I remember as a kid, I used to see the 747-200s here at London Heathrow. So by the time I'd grown up a bit and done other things, and then come back to aviation, when I was always looking up, excuse me, peanuts gone down the wrong way. When I was living in Joburg, I remember seeing the 747-300, and I flew on the SP. No, it was a combi jet, wasn't it? I flew on the 747 combi with South African Airways, excuse me. Now the only difference I think between the 300 and the 400, because I think the 300 had winglets, I believe. It was very sort of similar to what we see today in terms of the Mark IV, you know, the 400. But they took the spiral staircase out. That's what was the big change inside the cabin of the jet, I think. Anyway, that's what Zane was trying frantically to tell me on message. And also that all variants of the 747 had the centre bogey steer system. So right at the beginning of the development of that aircraft, they look at the big 380 coming into view. Look, they had the. I'm guessing because of they probably integrated it because they needed to integrate it to allow the aircraft to steer more efficiently on taxiways. Which one are you talking about? No. Why? Never noticed what? Is it? What grey building? Really? You sure it's not that one there? You sure it's not that one there? It's obviously a generator building or something. Okay. Well, we haven't got a problem with the picture, have we? You haven't got lines on the. Well, we've got nothing on this shot, you know, on the. I remember seeing a very grainy old photograph of the Qantas 747 last night when we went through Paul Furlong's gallery. One of the members on Big Jet TV very kindly sent us images from 1977, all those images of the 747 that we saw at Heathrow, folks. Some very rare stuff in there as well. Go back and check that out if you want. Lots of people tuning in yesterday. Of course, the jet itself, I've got to be honest with you, based on the feedback that I've had from people who watched the show, they said it was just a lot of talking heads, and you know, of course it was very corporate, I think. Okay, John Travolta, yeah, big deal. I don't know, he's a great pilot, and he loves his 707. He's got a 707, but you know, why didn't, like, look at that. France to idle, flare. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they did have people, ex-employees maybe, who worked on the original aircraft in the assembly lines there at Everett. And of course, the initial prototype was called City of Everett, wasn't it? Nice. It's a freighter. think one of the most interesting shots that we saw last night was that example of that 747 that had obviously been delivered as a freighter but been converted as back into a passenger jet with the nose tilt. Because it had, you know, started life as a freighter. Easy, son. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Big old snow shovels on the wings. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Love or hate the A380, you just got to be impressed from an engineering standpoint. Aerodynamics and all that kind of stuff. I mean, principally, obviously, wings work, you know, regardless of the size of the aircraft. You know, it's the same principle, you know, with the wing design. But what is just so impressive about that aeroplane is its sheer size, especially if you've managed to get up close to it. We've done it, folks. Check out one of the Zurich shows that we did. No. Sorry, not Zurich. Munich. When we were right up next to the Emirates 380 as it was prepping to go out. Got the pushback and start and everything. It was just fantastic. Wow. Now that was butter. That was butter, pure. Wow. Can I just say a big shout out to Air Canada? Thank you, Air Canada, and I will be within 24 hours, the bag was returned to London Heathrow. Hence the delay, the slight delay to today's show was literally that I was just waiting for the courier to bring it to me. But thank you, Air Canada. Really appreciate it. Got the job done, and we're back in business with our sticks. Nice big Japan Airlines 777. Yeah, we don't want to. We can. He's got a big smile on his face, isn't he? Nice. Speed brakes up. Now, old Zane last night, he called them speed brakes, didn't he? Because some people call them ground spoilers, but he called them speed brakes. So regardless whether they're in flight or on the ground, I'm going to call them speed brakes from now on because a 747 pilot says so. All right. And last night also, I was desperate to I'll show you this in a minute, folks, but I was desperate last night to make sure. How many times do you look on your phone? At least once a week you look and it says either 1747 on your phone, or it says, or on your watch, and or it says 747. AM or PM, got 2 options a day. Nice LATAM jet. Oh, easy. So a little bit of happy. Look, he's happy. He's got a smiley face here. Easy. Easy. Oh, nice. It's a big old lump in it. You've got to do that a lot to interesting slow deployment of the speed brakes on the starboard side there, or hesitant deployment, should I say. And that is generally down to the aircraft at that point in time not liking it, and so they won't fully deploy because it can potentially upset the balance of the aircraft. At least that's what I believe. So yeah, check this out, folks. I bet loads of people, but you know what? I did it at I did it at exactly. How about that? That's me. That's my screensaver. Well, it's not my screensaver, but you know, I just did that. Anyway, as you were, so you had to be there. So that's going to stay on the phone. Now, the flight itself, the 747. You know what? There's a few people, obviously, and understandably so, a little bit upset about the fact that Atlas Air / Boeing didn't do something a little bit more, you know, representative of the fact that it is the very last 747 to roll out of the factory. It's kind of, you know, I mean, you got to look at people like Cargo Lux. Cargo Lux are great at doing special liveries. You know, we saw that last night with the cutaway landing at Ord. I would have been a little bit more. You got to get it painted anyway, so why don't you just think outside the box a little bit more, maybe, and do something a little bit special. Anyway, that's entirely down to them, and understand Atlas Air's reasoning, whatever it is. I mean, they put Sutter on the nose, which is kind of good because it's given a little bit of recognition to the designer of the 747. Imagine when that started. Imagine when it started. You know, they're all sitting around a table. Right, okay. Well, here we go then. This is the first meeting. Anyone with any ideas? And Sutter would have been like, well, this is what I'm thinking. They want something big, double the size of the 707. That's what Pan Am have basically given us as a base plate. And this is what I'm thinking. How crazy do you think this is? Double decker? Are you mad? But then when it became apparent that they couldn't evacuate the aircraft in 90 seconds. That design, I don't know how long that design was on the table, but it must have been for some time for them to make a model of it. Here, John, just nip down ARD, would you? See if they got any. Just trying to move this mic just to see if I can make it. Is that any better? Stand by. Okay, no. It's just that I want them to be able to hear the aircraft when it's rolling out, because it was kind of pointing towards me. Oh, okay, that's cool. Get out of this prison cell, I'm gonna be free. Oh. Let's go on. So, how's your Wednesday, folks? Honestly, to be honest with you, for me, I'm in one of those sort of like limbo states in terms of what day it is, and so on and so forth, because obviously I'm still a little bit off track, discombobulated, yes, with time zones and all that malarkey. That was quite good. That was quite successful last night. I think we should do more of those things. I think it went down really well. Yes, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and the sound and the audio. Okay, yeah. What? Can I navigate it in the same way, though, and do it the same way? I'd have to say play that out. Oh, you see, I like to be able to... you see, I don't like doing that, man. It's just a lot of work in it. I'd rather do something that's very... Like last night was very sort of like off the cuff, wasn't it? Yeah, but people really liked it. It's raw, isn't it? Just so long as you're not expecting it in, like, you know, super high definition, like la. The camera was pointing at the telly. Oh, blimey. Okay, sorry about that. You know. If you appreciate the fact that it's raw... Yeah. Well, it was a last-minute setup, and I had only just come home from flipping... Give me a break. Yeah. It was a bleeding miracle, to be honest with you, that it even happened. Okay. So I can have the show on one side, and I could be controlling it on another side. Okay. Alan Alsop is a returning member. Welcome back, Alan. Foxy B, Kathy and the Birds, VJ Verdi. Welcome everybody. Larry, since he's retired, he hasn't had a day off. Brilliant. At the end of August, we will have pay ULEZ charges to come to Heathrow. Captain Bob, at the end of August, we will have to pay ULEZ charges. ULEZ? Here comes Ant and Deck. I don't know what. Oh, it's Vic and Bob. Yeah, sorry. It's Vic and Bob. They changed the flight crew. Ant and Deck have gone on to another service. Oh yeah. That's got nothing to do with Heathrow. Oh, hold on a minute. Heathrow might the area around Heathrow might become a high emission, a low emission zone, because they keep extending it out of London, don't they? So I think that's what he's talking about. Yes. Which is crazy, man. I mean, once you're outside the M25 belt, I think that's maybe... Yeah. There will be a... Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, so the the so-called, well, the ceremony for the 747 last night with Boeing was not to everybody's taste in terms of the content, I would have said. Probably very high definition and very sparkly and all that kind of cool graphics and stuff like that. But I don't know, maybe they did play out old footage. There was a lot of stuff, and I'll tell you what I would like to do. I would like to try, if we can. I think we should... oh, here's the CMA CGM, brand new 777-200 freighter with the more commonly recognised as a shipping line. These guys only just recently, in the last couple of years, gone into gone into air freight in a big way like this with their own jets. This one operating for Qatar, I think. For what? Oh yeah, no. It's just I'm already registered to the London whatever it is thing. You know. Jez White, Given Go Duck. Pete Hibbard, good afternoon to you. Humber Bridge close to high-sided vehicles. Stephen Callahan, A380, 11 minutes out. Perfect. Thank you, sir. This is a regional airline that's managed to survive the... They did quite a lot of PPE stuff, didn't they? I seem to remember. Loganair during... I think they actually stripped one of their aircraft out to be operated as a freighter during COVID. And one great shot we saw last night of that old 747-200 XBA jet, now a freighter, going out of runway 09 left, which is rare as rocking horse poo. Never seen that before. Left. That's a shame. He wasn't late, isn't it? Are we going to get that that BA380? Is that the last? That's nearly the last arrival, isn't it? Yay is a new member. Is it Yay or Yay? Good day to you, my friend. A very warm welcome to Big Jet TV. And Matthew Frost is a. He could have done with joining on the weekend, couldn't he? With a name like that. Welcome, Matt. Hope you're well. Easy. Oh, remember the 321? It was a year ago today. Oh my goodness me. No way. Oh wow. And that was almost like it. That's insane, man. A year ago today, the 321 tail strike, folks. It's on our shorts if you want to watch that. Go to Big Jet TV's YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, folks. Really important that you do, because we don't want you to miss out on anything. Not because we're begging for subscriptions. We're very fortunate we don't have to buy subscriptions or subscribers. We just get them naturally. You are naturally grown subscribers, and we love each and every one of you. Thank you to everybody who gives the channel likes and subscriptions and all that kind of stuff. It's brilliant, mate. It's brilliant. Genuine human being subscribers. Got Aero Mexico a little while ago, didn't we? A bit behind today. Jack McAlpine. What a great name, great name. In fact, I think it was McAlpine who built Heathrow. Look that up. I think I'm right in saying that McAlpine built Heathrow. So Jack, you're linked to a very, very important name there. BA380 in the Bovington Hold VJ saying, Lucy Roberts makes up for me not seeing any shows in Toronto. Sorry you couldn't tune in, Lucy. Karina, it was an okay ceremony. Some speakers were on, others better. The band, on the other hand, yeah, I heard about the band. It's like cringe, cringe, cringe. John Green, good day to you. Think Planes. Fitzy and Office Blue, welcome. Lots of welcomes going out to Matthew. 380 gone into the at least one hold. Stephen Billings also confirming there. EGPX, Brian Miller, Aidan Campbell, loving the size of that 380. It is a thing to behold, isn't it, man? I mean, we are quite lucky that we got, and now Emirates announcing even more A380s coming. They think, what is it, by next year, Gilly, 95% or 99% of their A380 fleet will be in operation. 90%, sorry. By summer of this year. It's going to start getting hot over here, folks. This area here is just soon going to be making lots of noise for your delectable aviation delight. Gary Pitt, when a secondary school AWNC Boeing 747-100 came over my school during crew training at Manchester Airport. Wow. Dirty set of flaps on alert. It's not corrosion, it's just grubbiness. And at this time of year as well, that can be a result. You can see clearly the marks there. That can be a result of the adhesion and stickiness of the de-icing fluid. Which we saw quite a lot of in Toronto. And of course they de-iced the aircraft with the flaps retracted so as not to get any of the de-icing fluid up inside the working mechanics. Because it's quite busy under there where the flaps are, and when they are extended, it's all exposed in there. All the hinge mechanisms, the electronics, the hydraulics, etc., etc., air systems. Also, last night, you know, I remember someone telling me when I was airside at Stansted that the leading edge was electrically operated, but it's not, it's an air operated system. And that's why when you hear a 747 land, in fact, we've got some great examples. Oh, blimey, Chilly, really? Do you know what? I've half a mind to do another show because I've just thought of another one that we didn't put up last night. Louisville, mate. Louisville. That 747 backing up and starting right next to us. And the Wizards and... Oh. We could easily do another show with loads of stuff. We just have to literally knuckle down and... Hey, is he going to miss the slot? Is Qatar going to miss the... Secondary axis free. Jerry told me to spell it Arkansas. Oh yeah, because otherwise I think it's Arkansas. Hey up Arkansas. Last string of arrivals. Yeah, that's what we're hoping, that the BA380 is going to get out of the Bovington hold. Is he out yet? Oh, okay. Stand by for a BA380, folks. Don't go anywhere. Wow. Aircraft now moving up to departures for runway 27 right. This is 3 o'clock every day, folks. I think he's going to intersect that little F. He's going to... This guy needs to get off the runway. You need to get off the runway, son. Get off the runway, mate. He's off. He's off. Saw a beautiful Finnair 747 example last night. So loads of 747s, especially that Flying Tigers jumbo, man. I mean, how dirty was that? Just incredible, man. I'm guessing back in those days they didn't, probably, maybe, I don't know, spend as much time. Wow. Is he intersecting? No. He blooming is, you know. Look at that. Jack McAlpine, it's not a public spot. We're up on the roof of the Courtyard Marriott. Now, this particular spot where I am at the moment is not actually open just yet, but it will be, hopefully. We were hoping it was going to be open latter part of last year, but see it all filling up down here now. Get ready for the 380, ladies and gents. Might be the last arrival. So just to give you a little idea of where I am, folks. That deck over there is open to the public, but you have to obviously be a resident of the hotel. It's not open for any Tom, Dick or Harry, unfortunately. and understandably as well. You can visit the restaurant, go and have a meal there in the summer, sit outside, have a couple of drinks, enjoy the scenery. There's no time limit, so you can come and sit there for a long time if you want. Obviously, buy food and don't bring your own food and drink and sandwiches and stuff like that. It'd be a little bit disrespectful, obviously, to the hotel. Sandwiches. He's a happy 777. Yeah. Speed brakes up. Oh, hello. Right, let's just make sure I've got no bleeding messages from pilots or anyone that they're going out or something. I don't want to miss anyone. Zane Dunning, it was a team effort, mate. It's not big jets, but these yellow fireflies as much fun as jumbos. Oh, okay, that's Stu Rawlinson, yeah. See plumes of soot coming out the back of the engines there, just as the aircraft is, and the pilot at this point in time, bloop, bloop, bloop. The old autopilot off. He's got control, or she's got control. Landing the big bird. Bang! Oh, right on the markers. Wow. New set of rims on the back wheels there. They're not braked, those back set of wheels on the 380s. The only set that isn't is the rear set of the bogies, as far as I'm aware. Here we go. Yeah. Seattle bound, the home of Boeing, really, isn't it? Oh, really? I didn't notice that. What was that, GP? Yes. Oh, okay. Interesting. Just trying to get this... Oh, nice Air Canada. Triple coming out. Kind of cool if you said, yeah, that's the one you flew on, mate. That's the one you flew on. interesting to note that a lot of people, a lot of Canadians have said that they're not a big fan of the new livery, or were not a big fan of the new livery when it came out. Fire it up! Runway these 787s use is crazy, man. But that's all down to for technical reasons. Zane, of course, ex 747 Virgin Atlantic, mentioning to me now that he's on the Dreamliner. I think Stu's on the Dreamliner now, isn't he? Is it Stewie or is it Carlos? Just mentioning how long these things go. Quite D-rated. Got so much speed now. He's almost done with the the rudder. Although there is quite a, yeah, it's sort of like a southwest. Is it a west southwesterly? Is it? Would you say? Oh, I don't think that gear wants to go up just yet. Gear doors are going to close. Watch the gear doors close. Yeah, that's a wheel issue. That's a braking issue. Usually the gear doors, there they go, they're closing now. So, see that quite a lot. Electronic brakes. Wow. Usually around about 2 minutes. Of course, that's affecting, not really affecting the aerodynamics, but just making it clumsy. A bit like having a big sail on the back of your car, causing quite a lot of drag. And I mean, you wouldn't really notice it as the pilot, I wouldn't have thought, because of obviously the engines and the aerodynamics of the overall aerodynamics of the aircraft overcome that drag. And but you wouldn't want to fly all the way there with them down, that's for sure. You'll see any moment now the gear will retract once that wheel has come to almost a stop, because obviously the electronic braking system isn't working efficiently, or as it should be, on maybe one or more of those wheels. So it's not auto braking it. Still down. There they go. They're going up now. Are they going up now? No, they're still down. That was a which one? Here we go. Here we go. Doors are open. We're all happy. Of course, they've got brushes on the front wheels, little brushes up inside. Remember the Air India jumbo we saw last night on the show? Remember the window painting? The same as it was then. as it is now. Big old 777 pulling onto the line. He's got a smile on his face now. Liner up down a centre line. 27 right. He's a bit off centre there, look. Bit off line there, mate. Bigfoot, as named by our good friend Rich Taub, pilot with American. Used to fly the A330s into London Heathrow. We used to see him a lot here on the show before the whole nastiness of COVID and all that kind of thing, and then he was moved on to the A321. Calls it the flying baguette. Now Rolls-Royce power for this American 777. Trent 800s. She's ready to go. K-Drive gifting Big Jet TV, 5 Big Jet TV memberships. K-Drive, wonderful thing to do, my friend, thank you. Sean McCann, any relation of Terry? Yeah. Got to put the whole video of my departure and climb out on the 777, folks. I know I put it up on as a short, but you only get a little clip of it. So we're going to put that out as a full video. 5 minutes, I think, 4 or 5 minutes. Just quickly grab that all nip on. Yeah. Nice. So this is the NEO, the new engine option. There's the old engine option, the CEO. Look how little the engines are compared to the new engine option. Now what's interesting is even though these are a different manufacturer, that's the CF Leap engine. Still part of the CF family, General Electric, but it's known as the LEAP, the Leading Edge Aviation Propulsion Engine. These are the old engines, the IAE International Aero engines, V2500s, I think. Very, very popular engine, but now these engine manufacturers are switching to the big bladed engines. The core itself, the core of the engine, is much the same inside these engines, but they've just adopted bigger fan blades, and you can clearly see the size of those engines now compared to the old ones. Of course, they've had to make modifications to the wings. In fact, I'd imagine that quite a lot of that wing has been re-engineered compared to its predecessor. Sean McCann, yes, a very warm welcome to you. We've got K-Drive. So, what time are we right in saying that in 45 minutes, apparently at 4 o'clock, the last 747 is due to roll out, as in takeoff/depart Everett? Airbus. Airbus saying a 747 tribute yesterday was very well done. Well, thank you. It was all done at last minute. Next time we do something like that, we're going to do it a little bit more sophisticated. That's hilarious, man. Look at that. It's a deterrent. It's supposed to be a deterrent, yeah? The owl. Look at the pigeon. Not much of a deterrent, is it? It's probably his friend or so. He's probably adopted it as a friend or something. Have we got, we've got runway inspection. That's what we're waiting for. So let's grab this BA 380. Whilst we're at it. Who's this, Jilly? Oh, right, okay. Going out at 4:10. Right. Is it worth Jilly on the pinning the reg follow on flight radar 24 or something like that up on top of the feed for people? Is it worth doing that maybe? Oh, hello? Yeah, why am I there? Oh, fuck also. Do you want to put a link up in the feed? Or just a pin, pin. No, pin it, follow, yeah. Or anything that you can get on two lines. Anything that you can get on two lines, Jimmy, rather than it's 863 GT off to Cincinnati, Jez White saying. And there you go, Jilly. Look, Airbus saying, I actually enjoyed the lack of sophistication. The spontaneous nature was what made it work. There you go. Yeah, but if people know that it's being done wrong, I'm not pointing it at the TV and going, oh, I hope people think this is real. Do you know what I mean? It was done that way, you know. I even called it TV cam, didn't we? No, I don't think it's a shame. I don't think it's a shame at all. No, we're not. I made sure I got all the text in. If there was anything missing, there was like 1/8 of an inch or something like that missing. It wasn't, you know. Janine Kelly, Janine Kelly's off to bed. Obviously tuning in from Australia there, Janine. Very good evening to you. Blimey, it is, isn't it? We'll do a morning show for you, for you guys, Janine, in the near future. Don't you worry about it. Given Godot 5 seconds, anyone knows how the old BMI hanger that became a BA hanger no longer has any BA badges on it. Given Godot, that is because that hanger is now in the hands of United. And I've put the feelers out to United and said, like, you know, hey, listen, if you want us to cover the opening of that hangar, then we'd love to do it. We'd absolutely be honoured to do it. Sailor Mike saying flight radar not showing it, GP. Oh no, okay, she's not on radar yet, folks. Eve Hoskett, it was like hanging out with your mates, geeking out on 747s. I enjoyed it. Daniel fell asleep at the end, and another one of the 747 shows came on my Wi-Fi at the terminal. David Barkley, thank you very much indeed. Good afternoon to you. Calvin Grant, yes, there is the Green Goddess over there, which is the who's going to get it first. It's maybe this one here. Oh, Sufficist 63, Jerry. Loganair have had freighters for a while. They were Saab 340s, but now ATRs. Interesting. Okay, fair enough. I think he's going to start making a move. Bust a move. James, Globemaster over the top. Unfortunately, I think I probably missed that. Slinger 385 minutes, Sion offers blue. Nick Gray, loved the show last night. Enjoyable studying Jerry's mission control desk. Organised chaos, I call it. I think that's the best way to describe my desk. Grubby 787, 800 I think this is. Is that GP? Oh, yeah, I saw that comment. Yeah. Joe Fox. Captain staring out, I think. Straight out. What's that? Station fee? Now you can see how little how tiny, well, not tiny, but how small in comparison those little V2500s are. Mikoto. I work airside every shift and I still love watching big jets, perhaps because it's bigger with a wider variety of aircraft. I still want to work at Heathrow for a while. Is he working at Heathrow, or he would like to work? That's his bucket list, is to work at Heathrow. Wade Perry loves the curtains. Interesting, okay. Calvin Grant, Aidan Campbell. Aviation live and video. Sailor Mike. Home field on flight radar 24 shows N863 GT estimated departure 45 minutes. I think she's going straight into operation, folks. I think that flight to Cincinnati is possibly, I wouldn't be surprised, put it that way, if she goes straight into operation. Ellie. Steve Batty, don't become an Alan Partridge. Brilliant. Interview with the farmer. Spining about. Lynn, I'm not having a mini metro. I'm not having a mini metro. I'm not having a mini metro. What's my words? Try and interfere with me. I'm not having a mini metro. J-Mac 72. Always nice. Yes, it did look like him, didn't it? J-Mac 72 liking the variety of aeroplanes here at London Heathrow. Here comes the Slanger. Read all about it. Josephine. Seeing off us Robert Colby. Enjoyed last night's show. Learned so much. Great old pics. Hey, fantastic. That's the kind of feedback we love. Thank you, folks. Thank you for all the wonderful feedback, kind messages, and we've had emails. We've got quite a lot of stuff, and got a lot of views on it as well, which is great, you know. Remember when we used to do that? We used to do that weekly news thing, Ginny. We only ran it for a while, didn't we? With me standing. Do you remember that? But it's so easy, isn't it? You can just have a discussion about the news and new aircraft and what's going on, and people getting involved in the chat. It'd be a lot more interactive now than it used to be. Put it that way, it was before. Nice. that was pre-pandemic. Yeah, you're live from the studio. That was it. Live from Jerry's wall. Studio. Give and go, Doug. Have Air Canada stopped flying their 737-8 MAX to Heathrow now? No. Saw it a couple of weeks back. Okay, do we have any 380s that are going to be coming out? Interesting. Did that Dreamliner just push back from a remote stand? It's coming out. Yeah, that's the new United hangar over there, folks. BA came in overnight and whipped all the stickers off. Obviously a lot more sophisticated than them. John Lehman. Yeah, not everyone knows what's behind the nose cone, or the radome as they call it. That kind of gives it away. Radar dome, which is just it's like a satellite dish that you see bolted to the side of people's houses. It is as simple as that. That is all that is behind that thing, and obviously the. Margot loved watching all those 747s yesterday. That was a real treat. It always seems that the 747 is effortlessly into the air while the 380 heavies itself off the ground. Yes, well, it does give that sort of like appearance. 747's got an unbelievably efficient wing. All 747 pilots that I've spoken to remarked on how effortless it is to get into the air. Sounds like I remember you working on that Braniff 747 during the lockdown. Could you see that Braniff 747 on my desk, folks, last night? You could see it, yeah. Well, how long it took me to make. We didn't want to stretch it out, didn't we? And God bless you. Very Comet-esque, the 787 front end, isn't it? Ultra aerodynamic front end on it. See those wings starting to flex up already. Look at that. Now that's something that you can see clearly if you know what you're looking for and you're flying on a Dreamliner and you're on the wing or actually behind the wing, looking down the back end of the wing, you'll see the wing literally pull up in flex. So impressive, such an impressive thing to see. Hello, big lad. Yeah, 269 was that? To LAX is on push. Jack McAlpine, thanks Jack. We have a BA 380 on push, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Kelvin Grant, it did actually take longer to build that kit than the... but the kit was original, wasn't it? Original Braniff 74. I had to buy the decals, didn't I? Remember the decals? It was such an old kit. I bought it on eBay, didn't I? It was such an old kit that I had to buy decals. Oh no! The plastic was being the adhesion of the paint was not good, mate. I tell you what, quality control would have sent it back, but I had to live with it. I just kept it had creases in the plastic, is what it had. In the actual plastic itself, it had creases in it, and it was affecting the way I could paint it. But we got it done. We got it done out in the yard, out in the backyard. Kathy and the birds loving the magnificent Slinger. British Airways A380 making its way out, folks. Don't go anywhere. If you have to go, hit that like button on the way out, if you would, before you close the door. And subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, folks, so you get all of the latest updates from us for live shows, posts. And also, a lot of people don't get notifications for shorts, which is in a funny sort of way. It's quite a good thing, because we put at least one short out every day. If we're not doing a live show, we'll put a short out. Obviously didn't put one out yesterday. Did put one out before we left Toronto though. Oh, who's that? Who's that? Oh, David Rutherford. Yeah, David, apologies. We don't get notifications for new members or anything during member-only shows. But thank you, sir. Upgrading to super class there, David Rutherford. I remember, was there somebody? I don't know, whatever. Gary Lyon, that Flybe aircraft is just impounded, really. I guess they want to get that thing out of here, don't they? I mean, I wouldn't have thought that Heathrow were going to be like, yeah, leave it there as long as you like. It's like, mate, that's was it £1,000 a day or something like that? I don't know what the parking fees are here at Heathrow. It's on a remote stand, which will obviously be a lot cheaper, but why they haven't gone and thrown it parked you know, somewhere over there, a great shame. We all thought that they were back in business. Unfortunately, well, they were for a short time. Very short-lived. I think they should have held off, to be honest with you. Good-looking SAS jet. Nice-looking Neo. Mikoto, is the light near the nose landing gear the landing light? No, it's a taxi light. The wing lights are generally the landing lights, but it does depend on the pilot what configuration of lighting they want. You will see before this guy, when he gets clearance, his wing lights will come on. I think they are all, unless they're already on. Might be a trick of the light there. I think they're already on, aren't they? No, not just yet. Not all pilots run their landing lights. Really is, again, like I say, oh, it's Lufthansa, not SAS. There's the SAS behind it, of course. Sorry about that. Kevin Barnett, I think we've got Screaming Emu in the house. Pilot from Boston, folks. Big Mac. Wow. Big Mac's got red arrows training over Newark. Sorry about that. Flybe losing £5 million a day and flying flights half full in the last couple of weeks, apparently. Roger Ward saying, wow. So somebody at some point was like, right, that's enough. We can't carry on like this. We're just going to go, we're losing money hand over fist. So it's, we've got to make a decision and pull that plug. Saw a few of those in Toronto, didn't we? Where's this going then? Calgary or something? Forward. Bobby Fitzsimmons is a true Aer Lingus are bringing back into service their A330-200s. Wow, would be kind of cool if they did. Still running their 300s, aren't they? I think. So Winglines will. Again, it is pilot's preference. I know that Captain Dave. With British Airways likes to light it up like a Christmas tree. Ian Shaw watching from a pool bar in Lanzarote. It's all right for some, isn't it? See if we get a wizard on power up. Watch the front of that engine, folks. This time. Probably, I'd imagine that Clive Bideau was either the original founder of WestJet, maybe, or... Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Gray, Kelvin Grant saw the wizard. Tony Walsh saw it. Sailor Mike, indeed, former founder or whatever of WestJet. Jane Urquhart saw it. The Blades, all ex-Reds have called it a day. Oh, Peter Henry. The Blades, as in the guys that the display team, the turboprop display team. Oh, didn't know that. Oh, I obviously didn't hear it. Kelvin Grant only thought he got wizard with a wet run. Well, it is. There is a certain amount of the cold in the air is creating that little bit of moisture. But yes, indeed, it's the same as you get with compressing air, isn't it? It's you'll see it when the aircraft takes off. You'll see the vortex that's generated by the generators on the engines there, those splitters there, which create. This is nice, lovely big 777. It's a 4-door. It's a 200 with a big set of GEs on it by the looks of it. Yes, it is. Big old Madonna style brassiere for the spinners. Mind you, I don't think her bazoo is quite that firm anymore. Bless her. Mind you, maybe had some rods or something. What's that? What are we talking about? Oh. Aidan Campbell, apparently the tail section of a 777 is about the same wingspan as a 737. I wouldn't know that. I don't think so, but I think I'm right in saying that the horizontal stabilisers of the A380 is the same wingspan as an A318 or oh yeah, that was the other thing that Zane Dunning mentioned about the 747 SP. Much like the A318 that we've noticed a few times, it's got a very big tail on it. The A318 actually has a bigger tail than the 320, 319 and the 321 because it's so short, and that's why Boeing needed to put a bigger tail vertical stabiliser on it. And that again is one of those things where the answer's in the name, innit? Vertical stabiliser. Stabilise the aircraft. Without it, it ain't working. Big lump. Silver Voss NY, I think that's New York, possibly. Silver Voss, good day to you. Oh. Yeah. That's power. Go on, son. Canadian Dan asking why I flew Air Canada and not BA. Well, it was all down to logistics, pricing, timings as well. Flights there and flights back. So obviously, when we book flights, there's a number of different variables that we need to look at. What time we're going to get there, when we're going to get there, and and when we're coming back. And of course, sometimes you have to stay a little bit longer, just because of the pricing structure. Of course, and understandably so, I would prefer to fly a British operator as much as I possibly can, but no, we don't choose the airline. We basically, see what comes up on booking first of all. That's the first port of call, isn't it, really? Google, really, Google. Inevitably, we Google flights, that's it, yeah. He's happy, look. He's got a big smiley face on him, look. Emirates 380 about to come out, folks. Tell your friends, get sharing, and come and watch the biggest commercial passenger jet in the world. Well, yeah, got BA as well, right there. Oh, Deborah Speller saying, I think this is the oldest BA 777, pardon me. Is that the one we saw landing then in Toronto? Is that the one we saw landing in Toronto that we said this is their oldest? Because somebody a member said this is their oldest 777. So, wow, we saw that landing in Toronto. Well spotted, Deborah Speller. Yeah, how cool is that? Big lad. Sailor Mike, bring back the A310. Wow, there's a statement. This one's lit up like a Christmas tree, look. Look at the wing root, man. It's just so enormous. Kev Parker haven't got any friends. Kelvin Grant, Karina Rowe, Jane Alcott have found both Google flights and booking very expensive for flights. I use Travel Up or Momondo. Yeah. Gary O'Rourke just come on today after the school run. Connor watching too. He tells everyone at school he knows Jerry Dyer, Gary O'Rourke. So. Brilliant. That's crazy. Big lad. Huge engines, man. Secondary axis free. A310 was definitely a beast. Don't know about that. I mean, the A300, which is primarily what UPS and DHL use in terms of twin-engine jets. What about beast? my day was like, folks, yesterday. It was stress all the way through. He's not asleep. 5Y, it's on radar apparently. GT is on radar. Daniel's saying we reached speeds of upwards of 695 miles an hour. The size just melts my mind. It doesn't seem like it should fly. Oh yeah, she's a big airplane. Look at that tiny little Embraer jet coming up behind it, which is massive. It's massive. You go and stand next to that Embraer that's behind it, you'll be dwarfed. It is massive. But which is why when you get to go airside with one of these things, I've stuck the camera up inside the undercarriage bay of the A380, a Lufthansa 380 at Munich. And it literally is as big as a very large garden shed. Is that the... Crazy thing is that when you look at the original design for the Boeing 747 that we showed last night on the show, folks, how much it looks like the A380. Literally identical. Maybe a little bit different on the on the nose design, and obviously with the different engines. But in general, in principle, the whole thing looks identical. And Airbus made it happen. I think that's what maybe Boeing didn't realise. All you needed to do was put more doors on it in order to get the people off quick enough. Here we go! She'll be number one for, she's going to draw a crown in the sky, is it? Wow. That's a big old task for a jumbo, isn't it? That's going to be a mental bleeding flight plan, isn't it, for the flight crew? Okay, turn left, heading 180 for about 500 yards. Turn left. It's like, no, hold on a minute. Right, no, oh, keep going. Okay, turn left. Wow. Have to get it done quick though, wouldn't they? 747, a crown with 747 in the middle of it. Oh, hold on a minute. I'm thinking of the vapor trail. Sorry, I think they thought they were, you know what I mean? Trailing vapor, you know what I mean? Like an air show, Oh, a moment of madness. Silver Voss. Susan Whips, why does the A380 sound quieter on take? Well, to be honest with you, Susan, sometimes you do get a very loud departure. I have had some BA 380s go out, and they are very, very loud. It really does all depend on the atmospheric conditions. I've seen this for a little while, isn't it? As to whether they go full power or whether they eat. Donaldson. Denicap asking why train spotter? Why the specific 747 is so special? Oh, I think you need to go into Google, my friend, and just Google. It is the last 747 to ever depart. Well, I say ever to depart. It won't be, will it? The last 747 to depart. The last manufactured 747 that's rolling out of the Everett plant. But then again, there are freighters that come into Everett, isn't it? So the last ever 747 to be assembled at Everett is about to leave. They will shut the production line down. I believe that they're producing or bringing the MAX production line, assembly line, to Everett. An additional assembly line at Everett for the MAX, which is going to take place of the Dreamliner, I think, some part of the Dreamliner, or what was originally earmarked as Dreamliner production. I think it's the MAX line that's going to be going in there. John, secondary axis free. More flaps at landing, more power needed. As in to keep the aircraft at the right speed, would you say there, secondary axis? The more flaps you have, the more speed you need to maintain the approach speed. Doing there, big lad? You're right over there. Looks like she's had a bit of a just below the canopy there. You can see at the front. Looks like someone's run a ground power unit underneath her for a little while, and she's got a bit coked. Oh, Emirates won't be happy with that. Mark Willis, indeed. There is a little bit of an incline that they have to run up if they're at a standstill to get them to the roll-on point. Only a little blast, of course. I think he's got enough power. He's rolling it there now. That's exhaust staining from a ground power unit or something. Could be the tug. But they don't use lift and tug here. Eagle Atlanta. Looks like she's a 20-a-day girl, this one. Oh, nice, coming out. 767-400. What's that GP? How many? What a waste. What a waste, mate. What a waste. What an absolute travesty. There's a little bit of a lull, Julie. We could get people to go on it. Big lazy left-hand turn when she's at about 2,000 feet, between 2,000 and 3,000 feet, I think. You wear the crown, beware the crown, Left-hand glide. Oh, with a floofage. Wow, that's a long run out over Windsor. That is. There she goes. To give me live updates to all. Okay. Beautiful old 767-400 here, folks. I think the A330-300 was the direct competition jet when Boeing developed the 767. Super stretched 400. I like using the word super stretch because we was used back in the day for the elongated jets of their era. Jetliner. It's a great street in Toronto called Jetliner Street. I want to live on Jetliner Street. Look at this guy coming out, man. Oh, he's going straight out, this one. Itchy plane. Wow, that 764's gone up quick, man. Look at this lovely old thing. Wow. Now there's an old aeroplane. That came out before the A3, the single-aisle jets. Believe it or not, folks. That was Airbus's, basically, Airbus's, the A300 and A310s were basically the introduction aeroplane for the European Consortium of Aeroplane Manufacturers. Wow, Mikoto sounds like someone who loves working at the airport, man. I love that, I love that. I've got to be honest with you, if I wasn't doing what I'm doing, I probably would get myself a job that involves going airside at the airport or not. I just would. Probably see another one of those, folks, but let's just grab this DHL jet. Isn't she a beauty? Look how tall her undercarriage is. Very 757-esque in terms of her long, daddy long leg type undercarriage legs, much like a 757. Debbie's Bella, smiling all the way to New York. Darren, good day to you. And don't you love the fact that we have used all the way since the beginning the jumbo jet in our logo, folks? And it'll always be that as well. We will never change it. Not even if you try and pay us. Airbus, well, we'll give you 20 grand to change it. No, not instead. 50 kids. Yeah. Holds it up on the computer screen. Not even one of these. Oh. No, Jilly, don't do it, Jilly. But look at his little face. No. Wow, look at that. Lightweight plane, man. Look at that. Now watch this climb. Okay, check your flight radar. Well, you're probably watching the... that's probably got a climb rate of 3,000 odd. There's an Alaskan jet in front of her. Oh man, they're going to know that, those Alaskan flight crew, aren't they? Guess who's behind us? Oh, they taxi past the right. Oh, what a great view. Oh, look, the Green Giant is alive. It's because of the... Look, even the fire training jumbo wants to get involved. That is insane. That is how crazy is that? empty van. SWG. Absolutely awesome. Screaming Emu talking to Sailor Mike about the, no doubt about the winglets. Nigel Gale, 2,432 feet per minute on the DHL. Look at that jumbo jet. Well, it's not a jumbo jet, it's a steel carcass that looks like a jumbo jet. Anyway, let's get involved. Nice big Q8 777. Now, you know what's crazy, Jimmy, is where's the jumbo sitting right now? Because we've got this Q8 777 and then that's it. It's going to be quiet for about another 3 or 4 minutes. I think we're going to have a respectful, silent moment of silence. Lloyd Bell. DC 747, yes. Enola Brown. Oh, that's her post. She's just on the DHL, no doubt, yes. Ooh. No plans at the moment for Bristol. Aviation in 4K. Probably some local streamers down there who maybe do it, I don't know. Punch it, Chewie! Oh, she's getting a water salute. And rightfully so. I'm guessing that when the gear goes up, the aircraft all of a sudden, but momentarily, becomes sort of like more aerodynamic, and so therefore it's sort of like that's why you sometimes might see the front end pitch up a little bit. You know, as the gear, as everything goes up, the airflow becomes much smoother around the underside of the aircraft, and as a result of that, you might all of a sudden, it's a bit like putting the wing down on a car, and then okay, folks, here we go. Yes, Arrow, DFW. We keep meaning every time. Dallas Fort Worth is definitely on the cards. Okay, we are before this lovely old 767. Let's follow her up, shall we? Oh, hello. Is she? Oh yeah, we got a 380 coming out as well, folks, so hold on to your hats, boys. Sailor Mike, the Alaskan 737 is a test flight. Drone hunter. Old Smoky Joe. 11-foot tall winglets on this jet, ladies and gentlemen. Go and get a tape measure and then measure out 11 foot on your floor. And that's how tall these winglets are. Of course they... Purring away. Just purring up to the departure point. Wow, look at it. Sliding the front end, man. Drifting it into position. Looks like we're going to get this 767 going up around about the same time as the Jumbo's going to be taking off. So, she's rolling apparently, folks. Oh, if you want to, yeah, put it up. What are you putting up? Oh, okay. No, I didn't know we were going to do that. No idea we were going to do that. Okay, put it up now, GP, put it up now. Still got the audio from here, haven't we? Okay. Oh my God, yeah, but that's going to take about half an hour or an hour. Oh, okay. Jonathan Smith, 5,000 foot per minute climb. Wow. Wow, look at that. EGPX. Misaligned radome. Don't worry, folks. You're not going to miss anything. We've obviously got this I nearly said 747 taxi now. A380 taxi now. Ex-Sea Guard, end of an era just occurred at Painfield, yes. Yeah, that's the end of an era, that's, yes indeed. Brand new, 0 mileage. Well, Erez Vidal, she does obviously have mileage on her, but yeah, understandably, in terms of hours, it's probably under 10, I would have thought. Rab H, only 9,000 tracking the Queen. Coletta cutting across it. I can see the Coletta, even though I'm only using a little tiny monitor, GP. I'm only using a tiny monitor. Yeah. Oh, is it not Coletta? No. Oh wow, Airbus was at KPAE for the first 747 roll out. Watched the last one. Wow, Airbus. Oh, what a thing to have witnessed. Oh, okay, Screaming Emu. Cal is Korean. It's Cal Korean, not Coletta. Bob Shalvoy, there is a sticker. There is, we call it nose art, really. With Sutter, sorry. And I don't know if they're going to keep that on there. I would imagine they would, wouldn't they? Sure. Tony Jutty, sorry, going to miss the 747s being produced. They will at some point become no more. Yes. However, these ones, like the one you've just seen delivered, or that one that you're looking at right now, has been obviously will be in service for a good 20 or 30 years to come. I would imagine somewhere. As a freighter, because whatever happens will always be a big demand for freight. Okay. Don't worry folks, not missing anything. Eagle Atlanta absolutely saying no need to be sad about the Queen of the 747. Much like your British Queen, she outlived many of the 747s, will likely outlive most of us. Eagle Atlanta, you're absolutely right. There will still be 747s in the sky for many, many years to come. Just have a look at that A300. I mean, I know, and understandably so, lots of operators preferring now, obviously because of the bottom line, preferring to go with the super twin jets, you know, Airbus A350 freighter, the 777-200 freighter, the 767 even, conversions with the A330. So many people and operators, obviously it costs less, let's face it. Maybe a reduction in freight in terms of its capabilities, but there will always be outsized or supersized freight that needs to be moved, and because we now don't have a big giant movers like the Antonov AN225, which is a great shame, there are still AN124s and IL-76. Yeah, we can go back to this now. Chili, thanks. Yeah, when she starts drawing the crown, folks, we will we'll pop the feed up momentarily. Is Vic and Bob coming out already? Oh. Oh wow, she's going to do a fly past. Oh my goodness me. She's got to, hasn't she? She's got to, mate. And being as it's America, they'll probably do it quite low, I would imagine. EGPX, yes indeed, a great innings for the 747. I said last night that in my eyes, as far as I know, is the 747 the longest serviced commercial and freighter aircraft ever to be produced in terms of her longevity in production and service. I mean, obviously the 757s, old aircraft, 767s, but they all came after the 747. The 707 was obviously dismantled and stopped. Those four-engined aircraft, because they were so small, operators very quickly jumping onto the fact that they could fly aircraft that size with two engines, and so the super twin or the twin jet era started with the 757, 767. Of course, the 737 was more a sort of like, you know, really at that point in time developed as a regional jet. But the 747 became literally the queen of the skies. She became the #1 aircraft for any operator that was doing transatlantic flights. We even used to see KLM in here with their 747s, didn't we? I seem to recall from time to time European operators operating their 747s into here. But here we go. Robert Schmidt heading back for a low pass. Wow, it's 4:30, Jilly. It's still live. Hey! Screaming Emu, 737 would be the longest serving. 1,000 foot, wow. 737 would be the longest. Looks like she did this fly past at 747 feet, folks. San Francisco bound. She would have done a touch and go, mate. That's a big manoeuvre, that is. That's a big manoeuvre for a big aeroplane like that. I don't think the... she would have done a wing wave, yeah. Yeah, of course she would have done a wing wave, yeah. She wouldn't have done a touch and go, I'm telling you now. Yeah. Royal Giardini. Screaming Emu. Okay. Maybe the freighter Screaming Emu. Yeah. I mean, we're being sort of like, you know, what I'm talking about is you know, the jetliner age, the jet age in terms of freighters and definitely passenger jets as well. You know, outlived the in terms of when we're talking of in terms of aircraft that are still being flown domestic, internationally with passengers on board, and obviously with freight. You know, there's a few 727s lying around as well, but obviously they were post 747 as well. But yeah. I mean, you could even say the DC-3, but. Mind that. Beautiful sunset. It's a shame we haven't got something going up. She'll go left. She'll go left. Jonathan Smith. Whiteout in Watertown, New York. American Eagle to Philly, cancelled after boarding. Jonathan Easel, 747's final first triple. Thank you, Screaming Emu. Tony Jutty got to fly a Hercules. Wow. Lady Campbell, she is definitely designing something in the air. And I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Mark, no touch and go, but a very low pass with a wing wave thrown in. And if you want to see a wing wave being executed in the cockpit, and go back and watch last night's show with Zane Dunning, we managed to get some great footage from them. It was, I think it was Carl Biltcliffe who was filming it. Whirly gig. Oh my God, oh blimey, right, wow. Yeah, that's pretty nuts, man. Yeah. Oh. Another replacement radome. These guys can make a bit of a racket. Listen out for the seals closing. Not talking about seals. I'm talking about the seals within the engines. Hear the and then the bang as it goes off. Well, it's not bang. Oh, it's going to LAX, Mark Westwood. Thank you, Mark. It's going to LAX, not. That must have been the other one. Virgin's 339's coming out. GP. Line up. Heathrow, Pretty Woman departure. Mind you, gonna get that all in 60 seconds. All in 60 seconds with the wing wave. Roll it back. Yeah. I think they do it as an edited one. Ian Morrison, the gorgeous A350. Oh, but it was gorgeous. Sailor Mike was a 787-10 test going out of CHS. Yeah, that's really important that we do that, Julie, because music. without the music on it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Kevin, my daughter and her boyfriend are cabin crew on that 339 on its way out. VS11 to Boston, give her a wave. Wow, daughter and boyfriend, how about that? It's like a little mini holiday for them, isn't it? It's great, man, it's great. See the elevator check there. I'm guessing some pilots are a little bit more thorough than others in terms of like over checking. There's some speed brake checks on the wings there. It's a bit like anything when you're just about to put it into service. You want to check everything's working nice and smoothly. Fly-by-wire. It's another big movement that Airbus introduced, of course, with the A320, wasn't it? I think obviously had its issues, as all new development aircraft do. But I think Airbus were the first to. Were Airbus the first to introduce? Wow. Fly-by-wire? I think they were, you know, because they were, and they got it all wrong at the Paris Air Show. No! Yeah, Lijian, beautiful set of motors on her, you know. See the stator blades. Chris O'Pole flying. James the drummer, pretty plain. Yeah, it's a complete contrast to the CEO variant in terms of her aesthetic look with the bigger engines. When I say bigger engines, the engine cowls, the casing, the outer casing, and of course those big fan blades. Other than that, the inner core is much the same in terms of its size as its original Trent 700 sibling. EGPX, there we go. It was the A320 for commercial aircraft, the initial. Didn't mention Frank Whittle last night as well, in terms of aviators, famous aviators. I'm sure there are thousands of them out there, but ones that sort of like roll off the tongue. Frank Whittle, AV Rowe, Sutter. What's that, GP? Was cable operated, mate? Dan Grayson, the A339 has completely elevated it for him. Has completely elevated the A330 model in terms of the aircraft. Look at it now. And of course, the thing you're not really seeing there is a wingtip as well. The blade, the new wingtip of the A339. All new wing on this latest variant as well, because of course the original A330 could attach another 2 engines to her. because it was the same wing as the A340-300. And this has the beautifully sculpted, blended wingtip, which is a thing of beauty when you see it up close as well. It's going to come into view as she turns left onto the runway now. That's their latest one, isn't it? Eliza Doolittle. Look at that wing. Look at that wings. Beautiful aeroplane. Has it started drawing yet, Johnny? Etch a sketch. Puff of brake dust there. Yeah. Oh, something doesn't sound right there. Wow, something did not sound right there when he powered that up. Big vibration noise. Don't know if you could pick that up on the audio. That was that's not normal, I have to say. Maybe just a cold engine, but then again, it just, I don't know. I know nothing. Oh, funky shot, funky shot. Yeah! Haha! Is that Windsor Castle over there in the distance there? Oh, really? Okay, so other people picking that noise up then. Screaming Amy, I hope that pilots don't have to stand in the doorway on the 380 and say goodbye to everyone. That'd take for ages. Yeah. Well, he wouldn't have to say goodbye to the ones at the top to start with, because they get off on a different level, don't they? And also, the passenger door is, for the majority of people, is past the business class section. So, I think they get away with it. Martin Smith, even deeper bass sound than normal there. Yes, most definitely an odd noise coming from that 350. J Manx 72 wouldn't have been very happy if he had ever heard that on board. This one could be saying down here. Yeah, he would have said yeah. Gary Standen is a returning member. Welcome back, Gary. What's that, GP? Okay, yeah, that does happen from time to time. People are watching it from the beginning and commenting on it live. Yeah. Lisa Stevens, I think you might be watching it from the beginning. I'm not sure. Jill Perry, anyone from maintenance in the chat? We could cut that piece and send it to BA, couldn't we? Just FYI. Does this sound right to you? But they would have heard it, man. I mean, they would have seen it. Something would have come up on it. Kingfisher Coasters, I think I've got that right, is a new member. Kingfisher Coasters. Good day to you. John, great sound. Richard Gibson flying that BA275 to Las Vegas in 10 weeks. Can't wait to try the new club suite, even with some deep bass from the engines. Yeah. Oh, Lisa's been with you all afternoon. Okay. Kevin Beasley, fly-by-wire flight system on Concorde. I don't think it was, you know. I mean, obviously there was advanced technology on the SST, but remember, all of the instruments were analog instruments. Everything was analog on the. And when we talk about cable, we're not talking about like something that's got a lot of, you know, it's really difficult to operate. Obviously, it's. Oh, okay, so it did have analog fly-by-wire. Right, okay. Interesting. Okay, but could we argue that the Airbus 320 was the first commercial? Would be right in saying that, because they only built a certain amount of the SSTs. But, okay, you've got to give it credit where it's due. Let's face it, I would imagine that a lot of the fly-by-wire technology on the Concorde would have been carried over to the Airbus program, because of course Concorde was a European consortium, was it not? Much like or built by a European consortium. Well, the French and the English, really, wasn't it? I think. But even so, I'm sure there were parts suppliers and manufacturers from other parts of the world, but primarily I think it was a British and French get together, and I'm guessing that when Airbus was created, that they would have utilised those early forms of technology. I think also was the early Airbus. Carlos Menezes is a new member. Welcome, Carlos. This should have a nice bank shot with this Turkish triple. You'll basically do eventually a full. What's that? 12,000. So it's just been handed over to the next turn left heading 175, something like that. TK 5Y 747 near Moses Lake should start the 747 signer and crown soon. Okay. Avro Arrow 747 taking a Victory Tour route. Hello, what's that? Oh, it's Finnair. So yeah, flying past all the Boeing facilities, I think. Bobby Fitzsimmons, what altitude does the tower hand over a plane to ATC out of London Heathrow? Good question, that, Bobby. It varies, obviously, but once everything's good and I guess it's a rotational system for the air traffic control. But once they're up to probably 2,000 feet, something like that, because they will say climb and maintain 3,000 feet or whatever it is, and then they'll say, you know, speedbird, blah 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 blah, contact departures. I think it is. Is it departures or is it the next line on? Obviously, yeah, because they have ground, then departures, and then. Rotate. Now, positive rate. Now, depending on how busy they are at the control, they'll now hand them off to contact whatever the geographical area is. I mean, could be still, you could still be in control of Heathrow, but it's just a different department, really. And then, of course, you've got all your different waypoints. Busy going on. Is that an intersecting departure for that 787? It is. Oh yes, that's it. London Centre. It might be called London. Contact London on blah 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 blah. EGPX mentioning there. 118.50 or something like that. I think it's 1189 is the tower here. Different variations of it, but yeah, contact London on whatever it might be. Blimey, he's going out intersect as well. Is it missing a wing line? Yes, they did. Iberia, we used to see their 340-300 in here, didn't we? Oh, dear. And 346, wasn't it? From time to time, wasn't it? I seem to recall. Big beefy 777. Coasters in the US, waypoints have 5 letters. Mikoto. Pictures really don't do justice to show claustrophobically how small the 737 cockpit is. I'd hate to be trapped in there for hours. Oh, yeah, it's comfy. Nice comfy chair. Foxy B, take care. HGC, Melanie. Have we? What now? We have. Oh, perfect. Okay, got a BA 380 pushing back, folks. Screaming Emu, lots of riveted metal in the 737 flight. Sounds like an old B-17. What have we got? 5:03 and we're still filming. Screaming, you sat on a 737 jump seat for 5 hours. Wow. And those jump seats ain't anywhere nearly as comfortable, of course, as the main seats. Martin Smith, Miniature Wonderland. Yeah. background is because all they've got. Get that rumbling noise. Nice. Take off, 27 right. Chasing the sun across the Atlantic, daylight flight. Definitely want to be on the right hand side of the aircraft here, folks. Otherwise it becomes hello. That's interesting. Is he going to clip the top of that cloud bank and give us a nice big breakthrough shot? Proven, I think it is, Mark. Hope I've pronounced your name correctly. Mark Proven or Mark Proven. Mark, a very good afternoon to you and welcome to Big Jet TV as a new member. Shiny new member here on Big Jet TV. Welcome to all our new members who signed up today. Folks, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I don't like to keep ram it down people's throats or anything like that. We're not begging for subscribers. We're not begging for anything, folks. We just want to make sure that you do not miss any of our content because we are obviously putting out as much as we can, but without bugging you, if you know what I mean. So you can check out our shorts on our YouTube channel. You can check out what we've been doing in terms of Freeview. Of course, all of our premium members, if you've joined up as a premium member today, all of our premium members will get to see the Toronto shows this coming weekend. Literally 7 days after we're live on the international shows, we release them out to our premium members. First class and super class members obviously get to see them as they happen. And make sure, like I say, that you turn on your notifications for your YouTube notifications. Yes. old school jet. Good evening. Thank you, Avro. Dean P. Dean P's ready for new carpets. He's got new carpets in the Lurkers Lounge. Sue Taylor, your shorts are short. Well, that's why they're called shorts. Fire it up! That's why we call her Smoky Joe, man. Look at those old Pratt & Whitneys smoking away, or CF6s, whatever they might be. Good old Smoky Joe. A350. Fraser Nicol is a new member. Welcome, Fraser. It's all about etiquette, isn't it? Online etiquette. Chat etiquette. Okay, folks, here we go then. There's our call out. We must do an early show for our Australian, or our friends out east. In the near future, folks, so look out for one of those. Of course, the mornings are going to get lighter as well, aren't they, as well as the days getting longer. This is the BA 380 that Fraser's on about, possibly. Lovely time of night, or day, should I say, to fly out. We could just about see still, not when it's pitch dark. So Mikoto, where does Mikoto operate from? He's obviously he's on. Oh, it's Bristol, is it? Okay. Oh, okay. My apologies. Yeah. BA 380 following the greens. Oh, we inspired him to get a job working airside. Isn't that brilliant, man? That's brilliant, Mikoto. Really good to hear that, is, man. We've inspired quite a lot of people here on Big Jet TV. I guess the programme has inspired people, not so much me, but... Mark Duffy. What's the longest flight? To be honest with you, in terms of a single flight, obviously Anchorage is the longest distance I've travelled on an operation, but Los Angeles really, I guess, is the longest flight I've flown. Nothing special. BA 380 going out, BA 380 touching down. Jay Olberg, yes, Jay, the crown with 747 integrated into it is what is being drawn on flight radar by the 747 right now. There's going to be some pretty sharp turns in there for the peaks of those. Right, sharp right, sharp right. Literally. Okay, sharp left. Oh, the pilots would enjoy it, mate. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Mind you, you know what? It might actually all be on auto. It could well be on autopilot. Those manoeuvres, I'd imagine, are probably all pre-set waypoint turning points on autopilot. Mark Duffy, an Arctic route. Well, I've done Keflavik, but that was coming back from Seattle. So I went Seattle, Keflavik. That was my route back from Anchorage the first time I went out there. Michael Hogan, Dallas Fort Worth to Sydney, 17.5 hours. There is a monster flight. Shari, longest flight was Chicago to Narita. Wow. Bits and pieces. Did I just see a Rouge take off in the background? No, you didn't. Fraser Nickel, what's the call sign for the 747? There you go. 5Y 747 or GT, is it GTI 747? GTI as in like golf, as in golf GTI. Oh. Aidan Campbell, they will be Atlas Air pilots flying that aircraft as well. Tammy, test flight. No, Tammy, she's on her delivery flight, and the curves are to create a crown, which you will see come into effect. 747 with the crown. It'll be a crown with the 747 at the bottom of it. You need to keep watching that to see what the final etch-a-sketch will be. Melody's longest flight, YYZ to LHR. That's what I've just done. Diane 78, Stansted from Amsterdam, 45 minutes, there you go. Avro Arrow, show last night. Was great. Thank you, folks. Great to join. Great to have everybody getting involved in that last night. Got a lot of messages from many people around the world saying how much they enjoyed that last night. We just wanted to, rather than have loads of talking heads and people talking about it, we just wanted to more show the 747 in action, which we did. Some great stills as well. Care of our great member Paul Furlong, who sent those out across to us from 1977. Oh yeah, you can do a replay, can't you? Do a replay, playback, yeah. Eagle Atlanta, longest was several times Atlanta to Seoul, with Korea by the sounds of it. Appleton Flyboy, shortest flight, Milwaukee to Chicago, 25 minutes. What's my shortest flight? It's got to be Amsterdam, isn't it? It's got to be Amsterdam. Lessons have not been learned about capturing moments in time. Do you know what I mean? We should have kidnapped, we should have gone and nicked Concorde, fired her up and gone over there, shouldn't we, really? Fraser's watching the 747 on radar. Samantha Bolger upgraded to first class. Thank you, Samantha. Welcome everybody, great to see you here. Helen Parker, LPL to IOM, shortest 15 minutes on a 319. Roy McGraw. Liner to Malaysia on a C-130, wow. RAF Liner, wow. That's a we got great C-130 shot from, we should put that up as well, Julie. So many things that we want to share with you folks. We will never run out of material to show you. That's why we've decided to do these short videos, because it's those short moments in time which is just sort of like either, wow, that's amazing, or, oh, wow, I remember that as a member or a previous viewer or whatever it might be. Were you there to witness it? Is that for Brunei? Right, I'm joking. Oh no, it's CMA CGM. Freighter. Okay. Let's run this one then. Let's run this one. Arrow Crown really taking shape now. Still over Washington State. Harry S is a new member. Welcome, Harry. CMA CGM 777-200 freighter. That's a long old flight, Karina. My longest day was she's light, man. Obviously bringing stuff in. Not much on board that aircraft. A couple of boxes of polystyrene, maybe. Thank you. Courtyard by Marriott, folks. London Heathrow, right here. And you will be able to get views like this, hopefully, in the not too distant future. The future. There you go. Thank you to everybody here at the Courtyard Marriott, by the way. Of course, the top deck over there is open. I think from about 5 o'clock in the evening. Obviously, that will be extended during the summertime, or as the days get longer, as it gets warmer. Some great seating out there, and I will, of course, update you on when this upper deck is going to be open. It might actually be open now, but they just don't open it until 7 o'clock at night or something like that. I don't know. But hey, what another great day! Thank you, folks, for joining us, for keeping me company. Thank you to everybody involved in the tech setup as well. Really appreciate that. Thank you, Jilly. Wow, what another day! Well, we made it. I've got to say, I know I had a little bit of banter with Air Canada on Twitter, and they very kindly messaged me asking for information about the bag and the claim number and so on and so forth. Whether that was anything to do with the fact that it was sped up, I don't know, but let's just say it wasn't, and I think they just carried out their normal procedures. However, the courier only had one bag to bring out today, so obviously only one, but it's just bleeding typical, isn't it? You're always standing around waiting for your bag to come, and people slowly disappearing, and then it doesn't come, and then it's the second time I've had to do it out at London Heathrow. But hey, it is what it is. The amount of times that we travel, it's kind of to be expected, because it's not an uncommon thing to happen, let's face it. But thank you, London Heathrow. Thank you, Air Canada at London Heathrow, and the guys out in Toronto as well, for making it all happen so that I can give you guys. We had the equipment, but the thing was that I got the notification that it was being delivered between 11 and 1. Of course, he delivered it at 5 to 1. Anyway, there you go. So yeah, but then we had to take the rented gear back to the studios to return it to them, which is why we were late. So apologies for being late. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep watching that flight radar crown being done with the 747 at the bottom of it as well. Any pilots or anyone can let us know that I think personally that is being done on the autopilot with preset stages to it. But other than that, folks, we will be back on Sunday, of course we will, and anything else, look out for the shorts. We will be putting up a short later in about 2 hours, within the next couple of hours, just to commemorate the final 747 with a big wave. Thank you to Boeing as well for giving us years and years of happiness with the 747. However, it's not RIP, it's not goodbye 747. It is just another 747 that's being delivered, and we are now going to enjoy her for the rest of her. Well, I'll probably be 6 feet under by the time the last one is scrapped, I can assure you. It's only the passenger jets, I'd imagine, that will be the first to go. The likes of Lufthansa and so on and so forth, when they have taken delivery of their new A350s/787s/ whatever they might be, A330, who knows? But of course, the 747 will be flying for many, many more years to come. Thank you to all our new members as well. Welcome to all of you. Really appreciate you coming along. Great to see you. Get involved with us. Don't forget, it's a very, very friendly community that we have here. So come in and ask any questions that you want to ask. Through the gate. Yeah, make sure you come in and ask any questions that you might want to ask, folks, because we have such a great community here that people, you know, you might look at a question and go, blimey, really? But, you know, people just don't know. They just don't know. I mean, one of the most common questions asked on Google is, how does a plane fly? You know, which is, you know, put your hand out the window and do that. And then imagine it's the elevators on the horizontals. Do that, and you will take off. Not really. Wish you could. Anyway, so yes, thanks, folks. Look after yourselves. We'll be back on Sunday. Look out for the short. We're going to be posting that within the next couple of hours. Take it easy, and we'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye bye.